Real conversations, real solutions, real success.
Success is my religion.
Welcome to another episode of the Success is My Religion, or the Porch on the Success is My Religion podcast. I'm here with
The chosen one.
CJ. What's been going on in life? This dude, he been telling me about his whole life things before we started this podcast today, and now we need to know what your latest endeavor is.
My latest endeavor is to it is mainly fasting.
You forgot about it?
It's mainly fasting to see, hey, what I can tolerate and how long I can go without eating food.
What's your why you choose to fast?
I don't know. Um, well, my birthday's coming up, and we do need to slim down for suits, so you know, every little bit helps. You're cutting pounds and stuff like that. Pause. Um, so I tried this. I did not start on May 1st. That was too hectic of a day, and I went to work. Um, so I say I started about 1 o'clock yesterday on
Oh
this
yeah.
this fasting journey with liquids. I did have a handful of crackers and 2 slices of bread, but that was this morning. So, and I did have a beer. I don't know if that counts as fasting, but it's a liquid, so you know. we're trying to get a better trajectory of the dating scene in my life. Um,
Oh yeah.
yeah,
Get a better
we
trajectory.
we gotta we
Because what
gotta
do we figure out?
we gotta make better choices. We we are not making the correct choices. We are probably just excited about attention, and attention is not always good attention. It can be bad. So we're gonna do that. But what we're mostly trying to change the trajectory of is the dollar amounts in our bank accounts.
Hey, y'all feeling that?
Because that has nothing to do with nobody or their emotions. I'm not a big emotional guy, so um, I do try and understand and be not complacent, but I don't know. I guess I try and have a heart. I'm working on not saying the first thing that comes out of my mouth as well, because sometimes I say stuff is stupid.
No, like that is not the first thing that comes out of your mouth unless you don't like the person. That's the stuff that comes out of your mouth, or you just don't have no respect for that person. First thing that comes out of his
Oh,
mouth when he talk to
come
me,
on.
it'd be like, "Oh, that's good."
That do be good.
I'm like, dude, everything ain't always good. That
This
came
this
out.
this is always good. You got to find the good in it. That's what
That's what I'm saying.
we got to.
He always trying to be this fake positive, and I'm like, dude, like
How dare you?
I don't
It
know if
is
it's fake positive,
it is
but
very genuine when it's me and you.
it's when it's me and you.
Everybody else.
Yeah. Nah, he be positive all the time, and I'm like, dude, hold on, let me finish the story. Especially with the students and stuff. I'll be like, hold on, let me finish.
That'd be blowing my mind. I'd be going to work. I'd be like, I asked my manager. I'd be like, hey man, such like that tardy stuff. I said, hey, when did you get in trouble for that? He was like, trouble? No, no, not at my school. I said, what?
Like, he didn't get in trouble at all? Like,
Yeah,
our
yeah.
people got tardies, but didn't get in trouble?
Mm-mm.
But
It's
what did he say
structured.
about the hundred tardies?
We both look baffled.
Oh, because
Like,
they never had that many tardies.
I didn't think it was possible without some sort of direct content of trouble. But hey, times have changed and we are more accepting, most of us. But yeah, that's what's going on. I'm trying to redirect and right the ship that has been sailing in the ocean for a while the wrong direction.
The wrong direction.
And I say that metaphorically because I cannot swim, so I don't know why I chose a ship.
Yeah, we about to burn the boats anyway. June 9th is when I'm
Ooh-wee.
out. So that goes into the topic for today is the power of choice. What are we really doing and how are we really doing it? And like I'm just good at analyzing situations, circumstances, and just stuff, recognizing people's goals and what they want to accomplish or do, or just to be a better person. That's what a life coach does. I and I do that very well. I just sit there. I listen. I'll be listening to CJ. CJ is like a uh, uh, younger character version of me. Like
I'm
I
definitely a character.
character wise, you know what I mean? We had the
Oh
same
man.
tendencies. That's what I see in some of the things that we talk about off camera and stuff. But um, what I picked out in especially we talk about women and dating and all that stuff. So I was like, yeah, I might. What day was that? That was Wednesday. After
Hmm.
I be, I be trying to slow play CJ because I don't want because whenever I just tell people like the answer, people tend to shy away. Like he know too much about me.
That's not gonna be me.
So I,
I
I
know.
kind of slow play CJ. I give him bits and pieces every once in a while. So he was talking about and I was like, "Dude, what are we well, like, you have all of these issues with not all of these issues, but
No, there are issues.
but and
There's
I go
definitely
through them too. I
problems.
just I just choose not to focus on them. I done had my fair share of bad relationships and stuff,
Hmm.
and, I was like, I mean, you sound kinda bitter about these relationships, and what's coming out is negativity, which we're trying to cut that out as well. So the negativity was there too, and whenever he brings up these subjects, I'm like, there's a little bit of negativity in there, and I was just like, ultimately, you made the choice to be with that woman, oh,
Hmm.
and and the choice sent you in that direction. And
Terrible
so
direction.
for me, every time I look back at back at something, pause, back at a situation, and I see where it took me or where it led to, and I'm mad at myself for making the choice, and I didn't evaluate the decision at the beginning enough to move forward and say I mean I'm ultimately right with my choices, my decision for whatever I do, and I take accountability for how the outcomes because I played a part in the outcome as well.
Oh yeah,
So um
I accept full responsibility.
and the reason why it's the topic today is that we have a choice, and I want to make people conscious of the power that they have in themselves and the choices that they make. It's not just God giving you this or not just the universe opening up and not just you manifesting. We not that's not how it works. And then manifestation has to come with some amount of work and preparation and practice and all of that stuff. That's why I'm like, all right. And then I look and I'm thinking back at our conversations and I'm like, all right, how many relationships and that's not just your 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 situation, but everybody's situation. How many negative relationships have you had and how many positive relationships have you had? And then, you know what I mean? So if there's more negative and we look back at the negative, right, all the
Mm-hmm.
time,
Yeah.
we really a lot of people that have never seen a good relationship and been in a good relationship, um, they don't have enough positive relationships to counteract the negativity. Because
Mm-hmm.
if
Mm-hmm.
if we use the success principle, the success principle is you need 17 positives to get rid of one negative.
Golly.
And that's not applying to relationships, but that's just in general. So
That's
if you
just the
say
norm.
something negative to yourself, you need 17 positive affirmations to negate that one negative.
I'm the most amazing man that you'll ever know.
But it's not for an outside person. It's for you. You just
No,
directed that to another person
no, I directed
that
it to
you'll
myself. I just
no
wanted to hear myself say it.
say. Oh, but what you said sounded like you were speaking to another person.
Mm-mm.
Okay,
It's just me and you, buddy, and our wonderful audience. It wasn't for you, but I am an amazing man. Thank you.
but that you said you'll ever meet.
Yeah,
So you were talking to somebody else at the end.
yeah. I
You were
meet,
talking to
I
you.
meet myself every morning.
Oh, okay. This So, whatever.
Hello,
If
my
it
friends.
takes 17 positives to negate a negative, so you need 17 positive relationships to negate that one negative relationship.
I got a lot to work on.
And we all do, but we have to choose to either look at the positive ones and or we can look at the negative ones.
And
That's a decision that's something that we can control because you don't have to necessarily get the 17 relationships, the 17 good relationships, because they no guarantee that they're gonna be good
no,
by any means.
I'm involved.
I don't know what did you just say?
I said no because I'm involved.
See, that's negative.
I know, but it's a positive.
No, that's
Yeah,
not.
yes. Okay, well, that's off the camera. Anyway,
But
so second 17 positive to get rid of one negative. That
yeah,
is crazy math that I didn't know about. Man,
so
maybe
yeah.
I need to restructure some more.
We all do. It's constant adjustments to be successful and to become the person that is truly a great human being. That's what my main mission is to get people to understand their value and do the things necessary for themselves. Like the relationship, the job, the success, whatever in whatever arena that you're in only comes by the person who you become only
Mm,
comes to you by the person you become.
mm,
And so you
wow.
can't just stop working on yourself. Oh, and maybe I'm maybe I'm on CJ too much, pause, today, but
Wow, crazy work.
but the
I'll be the example. You
yeah,
can
I
use me
mean
as
that's
an example.
um I forgot what I was gonna say, but so it's good.
You
Not
was hitting us with some jewels and morsels and all kinds
yeah.
of wonderfulness.
And so I don't remember what I honestly don't remember what I was gonna say. So
Well,
it's just the fact that like this is where I was going. You can't just say I want to be happy or I want other people to be happy and that makes me happy, but you don't know what their happiness entails, you
no,
know.
no, I don't.
But with the I won't lose, you won't lose, we won't lose principle is that I'm going to work on myself enough and even more so that my ethos, my aura is touching everybody. So
Oh
when they come
yes.
around me, they're happy anyway. So now my presence is a gift to everybody, no matter where I'm at, you know. And some people live terrible lives, like, they don't like their lives, And I mean, I see it in education. Like, I don't think a lot of teachers love their lives,
No.
and that's why they're not maybe good educators or whatever.
Oh,
Um,
well, that's not nice.
so I mean, if I
The shoe
tell
fits.
I tell them, yeah, these are three ways you can take my content, right? I'm either uh attacking you, I'm either coaching you, or I'm warning you. So it's
Oh,
however you take
oh,
this,
I
right?
like that. Like that
It-
a lot.
but all of those roads lead to improvement, right?
That is
So I'll
correct.
take whatever I am to you. I'm either your conscious, bringing you to consciousness by attacking you,
Hmm.
coaching you because there's something you need to work on, or I'm just warning you to stay on your path and keep on doing what you're doing. So that's those are the three ways you can be affected by my content moving forward. But and I really don't care. At some point in time, have to I have to make the choice to just say what I need to say, whether it's specific to somebody or not. I have to
Mm,
use examples. I don't know no other way to speak unless it's by example. And
hmm.
I've been a leader by example all my life. So just I'm just like, all right, I had this experience. This is what I did. This is what I didn't do. This is what the highly successful people do.
Hmm.
And what do you want to do? And here's what not to do.
I don't want to
You
do
know
that.
what I mean?
I want to be on the road to success.
Yeah. And success is whatever you want to be. So even in relationships, if you just want a purely physical relationship, then there's people out there that want the same thing. You just have to find those people. But you can't take nobody's time. The number one rule in success is that you can't hinder anybody else's success.
Mm,
So if you know you are not right for that person, or um you have to go another direction. You have to be mature enough to be like, okay,
bye bye.
I'm gonna say bye and and move on.
You're not doing what I need you to do.
See, that's that control stuff.
I did I did it just for you.
Yeah, boy.
I knew it
But
was
that's
gonna
what he
come
was
out.
thinking. There's a little truth to every joke, right?
Yeah, you didn't do what I need you to do.
Or
Anyway.
the positive turn on that,
Mm-hmm.
the on the play of words is that we wasn't compatible enough, so we parted ways.
We had to part ways.
Yeah,
'Cause,
it's not you didn't do what I needed you to do. What if she
well, not in that aspect, but
no,
it's a good, solid. Hey, we need to depart.
no, that's
This is not
that's
working.
blame on somebody. You blaming another person for
Oh no,
yeah, you just
no.
in saying that.
I just let them know that we're not compatible
No, but you said
with our decisions that are being made.
yeah, that's different.
Yeah.
But it's not laying blame on somebody. It's like you didn't do what I needed you to do. So
See, you don't like me to explain why I say things, and that's the reason why. I hit you with a simple line, and then you can let your mind take it however you want. Or I'll just be like, this is why we're not doing what we need to do. And we need to do this in order for things to right the ship. Because it's not about just my happiness, it's about yours too. But as I am learning and listening to
yeah, you
Jim Rome on a sorry about that, Jim Rome on a daily basis, I'm learning that individually it's all about me and how I project and how I influence or what is that word I want to say? Invest. Yeah. Invest is a very powerful word. You have to invest in yourself to be the best of yourself, which is basically what Mike is trying to say. So,
the best version of
the
yourself.
best
Yeah,
version of yourself. I have not been a very positive person. for a long, long time. And I'm working on it. And those are the choices that are set before me, and those are the choices that I need to make a little bit better so that it benefits not only just me but my surroundings, so that I don't have a conversation about you not doing what I need you to do.
And
It
then
it
the
might not
and
it might not matter because I'll just be too all the way out to even notice that you're not doing what I need you to do. It's true.
and a mature person is gonna reflect back and be like, what didn't I do to to eh, what didn't I do in the to contribute to us not working out as well.
Okay. And and as long as we're on the subject, I think that's the reason why I get so disappointed when I think about past relationships, because it's the things that maybe I didn't do that could have right the ship, or maybe had a person make a different decision. I don't know, but we're trying to not dwell on it, and we're trying to move forward into new aspects and new relationships.
And we gotta start.
Wow.
I don't know what's wrong with you. We might need to tighten up the little boom arm, but we need to start. Well, what helped me is that I started figuring out the pieces to my personality type, what my tendencies are. You maybe when you take these tests like the Myers Briggs test and
Oh.
um, different, you start reading books like the attachment. The three attachments and all of that stuff, and you figure out who you are, and like they're not set in stone, but they give those type of personality tests, they give you a overview of what you really are like, and whether you accept it or not is up to you, but they're usually accurate. Like
I'm
um
already laughing. I'm gonna take it just to see.
yeah, and it like I said, I didn't know that these things existed for a long time, and when I started my journey of this life coaching thing and stuff, I started I was like, I gotta figure out who I am because this is what they're saying in the books and in the videos and stuff. So let me explore my personality. The more I understand my personality and how I act, I can better guide myself in becoming a better human being, right? So it's not just being nice everywhere, but it's using your kindness and you've ultimately got to get to another level and be comfortable with one of my traits is like I'm not comfortable with leadership and telling people what to do. Even though I have a lot of good suggestions, like it's up to you because I can't control what you do. But if there's somebody that knows what you want to be before you want to become it and can give you pointers, which is a coach, right? And wants you to be the successful person that you need to be and become all that you can be, you might want to listen to that person. But they're not, mentors aren't going to necessarily just tell everybody, be like, oh, get a mentor, this, mentor that. Like, sometimes mentors don't know how to guide you anyway. They're just there to bounce ideas off of and stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah.
They're not an actual life coach. They you know, those are just people that you trust and believe in, and they have a certain level of knowledge that you can learn from
Mm-hmm.
if you're aware of the success principles. Because I mean, mentors are great that where you can learn from their principles, but not everybody has the same journey. Like you're not going to be that a carbon copy of that person.
Oh no,
You
no.
can't be.
You shouldn't be.
And you shouldn't be,
You
right?
shouldn't even try.
My bad.
No, you're fine. Hold on.
It don't go all the way back. So,
There we go. Tighten that up. All right.
but I think you need to loosen it up.
I thought it was Lena. That's all right. We'll make it work. Enough of this
Yeah,
technical
so
difficulties.
these mentors are great. Like if you can find somebody, or but you can't just they had like a awards banquet or something like that, or they were at a conference, and students were at a conference, and these business leaders were on a panel,
Oh, okay.
and the one of the kids was like, can we all get your number so that you can you can we can ask you questions and you kind of be a mentor to us? And I'm like, that's not how mentorship works. Like you have to have a relationship with that individual, I think.
Yeah, I thought that's how mentorship works. Like that person sees something in you, or what I like to say is a person takes you to the side and says, "Hey, I see that you're doing this, and maybe you do it like this," or they have a substantial amount of information that they've just been looking at you, and they say, "Hey, I see this in you, and I see where you're trying to go. Maybe this little speech or whatever tidbits, because sometimes all you need is like maybe a compliment, or you know
Guidance.
yeah, guidance. I'm sorry.
Is that what it was? I don't know.
It was guidance, but I'm just saying that growing up and not having too many not having a father figure, um the men that I attached to pause, um, were people that I saw were great men that took care of business and made
Mhm.
things, happen for their family or just for themselves. They wasn't afraid to take a risk. And I think as far as me, I am afraid of taking a risk when it involves other people because it's not very secure. I don't know what that person is going to
Right.
come up with, or how they're going to feel on Sunday, or if they're going to, want to continue the path. And for me, everything is, pretty much straightforward. I try to improve on a daily basis. Um, Sometimes I fall short. Sometimes I accelerate and achieve. But it needs to be on a daily basis, and I think that's what a mentor is somebody that kind of corrals you and says, "Hey, you're doing this, 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 and this. Try this." Like sometimes we talk and you'll say something, I'll look it up and I'll look into it and I say, "Oh, okay."
That
Like
dude was right.
like the Jim Rome thing, I don't have no problem giving people their props and flowers. That's what I've been doing this whole year, is trying to, let people know how I feel about them in a non-emotional way.
Hold on.
Uh,
Hold on.
yeah,
Oh, my bad. Yeah.
that's what I think mentoring is, and I've had several mentors in my life, people I look up to and stuff of that nature. And they don't also they don't have to be older than you. They could be the same age. They could be younger than you. Knowledge is knowledge, regardless of age, and it's all about if it hits you in a way that makes you think about what you've been doing in your life or how you've been going about your life. And that's the journey I've been on. I don't know, maybe for the last year, of really trying to figure out if I was the major problem, or if something of my characteristic is restricting me from being great. But
Yes, it's always your problem. It's always you. It's always me. Like you can't put that on nobody else. Like that's what successful people do. That's why it's
yeah,
on me.
yeah.
You know what I mean? And we have to you have to start we have to start channeling our minds to that I did something wrong. Even if I don't even think I did anything wrong, I'm gonna pick out the littlest things because that relationship, that opportunity, that everything, something happened. So I have to learn a lesson from it. So I can't what we get into is what we was talking about, the manosphere,
Yeah.
and the toxic side of the manosphere. Like, yes, these things happens, and women are a certain way and men are a certain way, and this and that, and but like, we also have to take accountability for our actions, our inactions. Maybe she wanted more attention and you couldn't give her that much attention, and she started drawing away, or just but those things, you have to recognize those things. Maybe that wasn't even the point. That wasn't even the lesson you needed to learn, and maybe you can identify that outwardly, and she probably not gonna say that or whatever, but that's something you can work on the next time. Like,
I
you gotta build upon the things that you couldn't do, or not you, but you in general.
No, it's me because sometimes I'll say this: communication is a very very vital tool in any relationship, not just a relationship with you and your woman or whatever you decide you want to date. Communication can speak volumes and help the other person react maybe in a better composition to what's going on in real time. And I'm not saying that I'm a great communicator. I'm not. I'm a great communicator when I'm upset, which is a bad trait. Um that is a
'Cause it
very
already done boiled
yeah.
over,
And I'm
and
like,
yeah, but the choice is at the beginning. Like, I need to communicate at the beginning when I see something not right.
yeah, don't let it
The
build up.
and
Everybody
that's
out there.
a lot of
Don't
people do that, and that's what I'm saying. Like, when we look at I look at students and their relationships at schools and stuff, and I'm just like, that's a toxic relationship. I had one student, him and his girlfriend fought all the time. They broke up and got back together, and I'm like, dude, you're going to I brought him in. I'm like, dude, you're going to channel that into another relationship once you get out of
don't
this
do
high
that.
school. You're gonna keep on doing this. I was like, have you ever seen a positive relationship? Do your parents have a positive relationship? And no, 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 all down the list, but I'm just like, "Dude, you gotta change this." "No, she's this, she that, she's hard to work with." I get that. So, your choice is to either stay with that or leave her, but you're a part of it,
Blossom.
ultimately, because you started having fights with another chick.
Mm,
You know what I mean? And you have an issue, but they're young, but we're older, so
yeah,
if we're having issues, we need to go ahead and fix that thing. We gotta fix it quickly because we ain't got too much time if that's what you wanna do.
that's
There's a lot of things that we need to work on, but if that's not a part of what you wanna do. But ultimately, it comes down to the character that you wanna develop in yourself. I need you to be a great man. I need you to be a great person, an individual. I'm reading this one book. He was talking about the things that are happening with boys and young men,
mm,
and he was talking about how just your environment um, can dictate how you are projecting yourself, right? So if we talk
mm.
about the manosphere, and he was talking about these girls go to a all, or not all, like a boy and girl school, um,
Oh, okay.
right?
Yeah.
But then the girls from this school that's both boys and girls, those girls go and hang out with the all boys school.
Mm.
And he was like, "I need to look," the doctor or writer of the book, he was like, "I need to go explore this a little bit further. Why do you there's boys at your school. Why aren't you, hanging out with them?" And the girls are like, "They treat us nicely. We don't even have to be boyfriend and girlfriend, but they treat us well." And then you look further into it, and that all boys school teaches them to be gentlemen-like
Oh,
to
I like
everybody.
that.
So,
Yeah, that's a good.
like,
That's
and it's a
good.
purposeful thing, which, I mean, is great, but, it's it should be all the way across the board. Maybe you didn't have I was just I don't know if I was explicitly set down and somebody told me how to be respectful to older people and stuff, like, I'm just be nice, like,
Yeah.
Imma say Mr. this, Mr. whoever they however they wanna be
Sir,
called.
ma'am,
Yeah,
all that. Let me
all
show
that
you
stuff,
some respect.
and I've always been respectful to older people, and, um,
I love
like,
older
I
people.
I even, like, I I can hang out with women and not be and it be platonic, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
We can have platonic relationship and, women wanna be around me and stuff like that, and it's not nothing, but I think that comes to, like, the character that I have built, like, that people trust in me or whatever, and,
I have a trusting face.
I mean, I don't think it's my face, but just how I treat people and how I respect everybody. Like I call all the teachers by Mr. and Mrs. or Miss,
Oh yeah. Yeah.
and people are like, no, call me my first name, but I'm not gonna call you by your first name in front of students so that they
Like,
think it's
hi,
okay that
hi, Sharon. How are you
yeah.
doing, Sharon?
I'm like, no, you call her Miss Miss whoever.
Miss Brown.
Yeah.
Show some respect.
Yeah, you gotta show respect, and that keeps the and a lot of people wanna be friends with these kids, and I'm like, I'm friendly, but I'm not friend,
Yeah, we're not
you
gonna
know what I
hang
mean?
out.
Like, we not hanging out like that unless after you graduate, yeah, maybe, but even then, I'm still be an example of
Oh yeah.
who you supposed to be, and, like, you can see me out, I could be tipsy and stuff like that, that's still cool, but I'm still gonna conduct myself in a hopefully, a good manner. Um,
See me out too.
this dude don't go out. But let me get to my points because I think I had a couple points out
You do
here.
have a couple of points. So, uh, the comfort in the decisions that we make. That's where we're at.
So now we didn't even go through the first part. So as young people, as young people, you are at the discretion of the older people in your life, no matter what your circumstances are. While you're in high school, you are going to not be able to make a lot of decisions. Do not worry about growing up too fast. That
Don't
is
do
not
that.
what you want to do. You don't want to grow up too fast.
It's
You
a
don't want to have
fatal
all
mistake.
yeah, all of the responsibilities. And unfortunately, you are at the discretion of the adults in your life. And but you'll go get into a time period where you get to make those decisions and start making decisions on your own, and then ultimately you'll be by yourself making these decisions, so your decisions have to be well thought out too,
Yes,
especially if you come from disadvantage. You have to limit the mistakes or limit the obstacles that you can limit. You know what I mean?
I
Because
do.
so you can control what you can control, and
Mm-hmm.
that's what I had to do. I had to focus on, hey, I gotta take this chance and go to college or whatever, and I gotta take the opportunity to transfer because I'm not doing too well. So I'm evaluating and I'm making decisions, and ultimately you're gonna have two paths that are gonna come up, two or more paths. Usually it's two that the universe is gonna bring to you,
Mm-hmm.
and one path is gonna lead you into to the direction of success. One path is gonna lead you out the way, and usually those are the the ways that it comes. So one of the teachers that I work with, she doesn't like the school, doesn't like doesn't like being there, right?
That's
But
crazy.
you know, she has circumstances, so she needs the money, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah, make it work.
you got to make it work. But she had an interview with to be a professor at a college and
Oh,
or university, and she was like, I can't take it because I need more money than what they're offering me. Those are two different roads, right? You're gonna go in the road that you don't like being there, you don't like the way you treated, you don't like how the kids act, you don't, but it pays more money. And usually at the end, that is the number one factor
uh,
in the decision is it's either going after the money or not going after the money. I believe, and if she sees this, I believe that um, going in the direction of the professor will put her in a better position. You'll have to, uh, you know, I don't know the numbers. If it's a significant amount, 15, $30,000, yeah, stay at the place that you know.
yeah, please
Yeah,
please be unhappy.
yeah, please be unhappy because you do have
Wow.
mouths to feed. But
Yeah.
if it's not a big difference, like just make some adjustments in your lifestyle that you have so that you can make it work because that way of being a professor and doing these things and being the dean of whatever is going to put you in a better position
Oh,
way more than taking the money
yeah, that
and
trajectory is gonna be amazing.
yeah, and I'm just like
Where you can get sourced. I don't want to say, yeah, sourced out or recommended to a different position that could be more money at a
that's what
different
I mean.
college.
And I don't want to speculate because I don't know how that stuff works at the top, but um, that's gonna put you in a better position when you got a book on that you're writing and like you'll have more free time to do different stuff and it's not a you're not gonna be there from 7 to 3 every single day.
Mm,
Like you'll be doing different things. Like you get a little bit more freedom, but that's the cost of the choice of those two roads. So usually it comes down to money, and usually poor people are going to make or people in financial distress or don't come from a lot are going to take the money,
take the
which
money.
leads us in the opposite direction of who we're supposed to be and
It
reaching your
deters.
fullest potential.
It deters your greatness.
Yeah, for a little bit. All
Yeah.
roads lead to success, but when you sit down and evaluate and say, I am at a a a pivot point or a fork in the road,
Okay. Yeah.
if I'm at a fork in the road, I need to evaluate this decision. And I was just thinking about her situation. I'm like, man, they want you to do all of this, and you went there like I listed all the negatives over here at the school. And then she went there, interviewed all day long. After she got done teaching her class or the class that they had her, teach in front of students and stuff. One of the
Oh,
students got up and said, "What classes will you be teaching?" And I want to take all of them. If
now that's
somebody
amazing.
that
Yeah,
is amazing, but
that's a good way to decide where you're gonna go.
exactly, that's what I said. And I haven't talked to her about this yet, but this is going into my thinking about the strategy, right?
Yeah,
And I'm
that's
like,
very positive.
I only go places where I'm celebrated, not tolerated. So, if you're celebrated already there, and it's not gonna be as much money, but you can find ways to make more money,
Yeah,
right?
it's just a hustle.
Yeah, you got to do a little bit of hustling, but and I don't know her particular situation and all, but I mean, there's too many positives over in this on this route.
I want to
So,
take all your classes.
yeah,
That's that would make me feel so enamored that I'd be like,
this is the right way to
I,
go,
I
right?
don't I don't care about those kids. I want to do this.
No, it's not
Yeah.
caring about the kids. It's caring about
No, I'm
like
talking about the negative school.
I know, but
Yeah.
the real issue is the money. It ain't
Yeah.
about the kids or not.
Well,
Those
yeah.
are just part of the negatives. I'm just saying that that if it comes down, if she's making a decision based off of anything, it's not, it's not. Forget those kids. No, she's making money or making decisions off the money. So no matter where what it is, it comes down to money.
Yeah.
So that's and I had a and that's the universe. And this is where I was going with it. She texted me and I told her about one of my experiences on Friday or yeah, Friday night, my first ride, right? The dude gets in the car, ratty hair white guy with a flannel jacket on.
Mm,
Like not 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 somebody that you gonna think that has a lot of money or whatever. And I picked him up in you know, Kansas City somewhere. It wasn't a affluent neighborhood, nothing like that, right?
okay.
Um, and we started talking. I was like, I mentioned that I work in a school, and he was like, "Yeah, I've been out of school at 6 or 8 years." And he was like, what's the difference now?" And I was like, I went through all the things. I was talking about
It's
the
definitely different.
HDF and all of that stuff, and I was like, we are we're celebrating these kids and giving them awards and rewards, and the backstory is that we had to force these students to to get fill out the scholarships, and I go through the whole process, and he was like, "Wow, I didn't even think about success like that." Because I mentioned about the number one selling book in America on success is Think and Grow Rich, and I was like, Think and Grow Rich was written by Napoleon Hill, and then Napoleon Hill said, "Every adversity comes with it the seed of its equivalent or greater advantage." So if you look
Mm,
at all of these kids, and if we take away all of their disadvantage and we look at their habits and their discipline and stuff like that,
mhm,
and their habits and disciplines don't line up with something that's conducive to success, they are unfortunately um, giving over their the keys to success.
mm,
And we have been taking away all of these negatives. We want them to be positive about the mental health and all of, which is uh, yeah, we need to have positive mental health, but that is one of your adversities. And then if you come, I was like, I'm African American. And my ancestor, my mom, my mom didn't have some of the freedoms and opportunities that I have now. And then my relatives and ancestors that came before the Civil Rights Act of 1964 and 65, right? Uh, I'm first generation free, really.
mhm,
And he was like, "Wow, yeah, I didn't even think about it like that." I was like, "Yeah." Like, but we have opportunities to build upon the adversity of our ancestors, our relatives and stuff. They didn't get these opportunities. So now once we look at it, our adversity is huge in comparison to a lot of people, different cultures and stuff.
mhm,
So our outcomes can be huge as well, massive success if we choose to overcome it. But we're not choosing to overcome it. And I added, like, even if you come from a good family and you don't have many adversities, you grew up, like, your job is to push that family forward. So if your family has a bachelor's degrees, your parents have bachelor's degrees, you go get a master's degree.
yeah, you
You
gotta
go
push
do
to the
something a
limit.
little bit more. Every generation after that pushes the family a little bit further. And he was like, "Wow, that." I was like, "I'm sorry, I blew your mind like that." But he was like, "No, no, it's good." He was like, "Do you have any socials and stuff like that?" So I gave him my little social media stuff, and he got out the car, and then he gave me $50 tips,
Oh, I like it.
fifty
Shout out
dollar
to
tip
him.
on my first trip. And I looked down at the thing, I was like, "Why does it say 62 or 68 on there?" And I, because I only had 1 trip, and it was only supposed to be $18 trip. So I look in there, it says $68. I'm like,
Yeah.
He gave me a $50 tip." I said, "Thank you." But to g long story short, a long story long, I thought, like, I don't want to say this, but I gotta say it. Like that's the universe telling me that what I say has value,
It does.
and I can go make money off of this value that I'm putting out here because I speak in a certain way and make the connections for people so that they can become successful. I was like, you got to go out there and work on yourself. Like maybe he just needs to upgrade his look and stuff. Maybe that's gonna make him be successful. We don't know what it is that you need to be successful and to put you in the right direction. But if you listen to the universe and what she asked me, the teacher, she was like, "Does the universe listen to you a lot, or do you listen to the universe a lot?" I was like, "Or does the universe speak to you a lot?" And I
Mm,
was like, "I think it does." But what did I say? Hang on, let me look it up. Um, um, she said, "Does the universe speak to you a lot?" I was like, "Yes, I think so." I said, "I think it speaks to everyone. We're just not paying attention and listening." So I'm just like,
that's a very true statement, actually.
yeah, we have the indicators, like just as playing basketball. There's indicators saying that, hey, this person tendencies and things that you can read
Hmm.
right on the basketball court, football field. That's what quarterbacks do. They read the field and they read the defense and things like that. So what I'm just doing is reading what I see and how people respond. And, I'm highly aware of all of the surroundings and things like that so that I can make accurate decisions.
Hmm.
But because, like I said, I come from a disadvantaged background. Like, I got to make the most accurate decision I can, even taking the risk of not having a job and leaving this job at the same time. Like, I don't have a job afterwards, but maybe the universe is telling me that you need to take this risk. This is when you need to take it. This is why you need to take it. And this is what the outcome of a 20-minute conversation can can give you. Like
Yes.
uh,
Yes.
you see what I'm
Yes.
saying? And so 20, 20, 20, that's 60, that's $150 in an hour, right?
Hmm.
You feel me? So yeah, I need more hours like that.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So um you know it's about the choices me that I'm making this choice to move on from the safety and security of the school paycheck, which the matrix is dependent on. But I'm like that. I'm that the X factor, if you can. Like I'm that one you can't really read in the room. Like,
Okay.
we don't
All
know
right.
what he gonna do because man, he an author. He got a book. He got he does Uber. He does group fitness classes. He and whenever I walk into a room with all my supervisors and stuff, and it's outside people there, I always know at least one person there. They like, how you know this person? And they come up, give me a hug and everything. Like how you know this dude? And that's how I like
Surprise.
that. That's how I like to be. I'm you're not really gonna see, you don't know exactly who I know or who knows me. Uh, I'm mysterious in that way,
Oh yeah.
and I appreciate my stuff for that. But and I didn't know, like I had to learn all of these things that I know about myself. I had to go back and be like, what was I doing? How was I acting? What was I looking like? Like all of those things come into play when you're trying to be successful at another level.
Hmm.
Um, sometimes you have to bet on yourself and make the choice to put it all out there on the line. Now that choice after the fact, now it comes with some work that I gotta do. I gotta do a lot of work, and nobody can do the work but me. So, and it's coming from me, my mind, my computer, my pencil, pen,
Hmm.
all of the things. It has to come together, and I'm gonna put pressure on myself to um, make that choice right.
I like that. I like the different direction that we're going. Um, who are we on now?
Yeah, I mean, it's the comfort in the decisions that we make. I see a lot of students, they don't know whether they want to go to college or don't go to college, or you got to make a decision. We talked about it earlier in the year
Hmm.
about the 5 ways to 5 routes you can go
Yeah,
after high school.
which is more routes that was allotted to us when we were
I'm
in
saying,
school. So
I'm saying.
the reason the whole podcast is to let you know that there is no reason for you to fail. You shouldn't be failing. There's too much access to success. Sometimes you can just watch a video and just emulate that or change a couple of things because I'm learning that myself. So that's the reason why I can say this.
We've been trying to get to CJ on these marketing videos and stuff,
So,
so he can take over the marketing side.
you're learning, you're growing, and it takes you wanting to do it. No one else is going to force you to do it because no one. I don't think anyone cares if you do it or not. That may
Nobody
be
doesn't care.
it
I'm
may
telling
be
you,
far fetched, but I'm just telling you that
no, it's not far
when
fetched.
when it
Nobody cares if you be successful or not,
no one cares. So
because
you have to take advantage of it.
look at it, because like they need workers. They need the people at the bottom. So when you at that entry level job, whatever that job is at Walmart, doing the little clothes and stuff, you thinking you
Hmm.
all good. They want you to stay at that position,
A
especially if
service.
you're a good employee. They want you to stay there because it benefits them to have good people at that level, right?
Hmm.
So, or even if you bad, they still need people there, right?
You're there to fill a hole.
Yeah. And they don't care if you want to move up or not. You got to understand that people are trying to make their own safety and security. So if you think your boss wants you to make more money than him or her, nope, nope.
That's not gonna
And
work.
they're not gonna give you the skills necessary to surpass them. You got to think about it like that. This is they playing a strategy too. And then if they see you as somebody that's a threat or has potential to be that, they going
You're going down.
yeah, not you going down. They just not gonna provide the information
Mm-mm.
correctly. And I've
You're gonna
seen that
gatekeep.
all throughout my life. I'm like, dude, like,
That's
tell me
unfortunate.
what I need to be successful with at this job. But sometimes they don't know. They don't know what it is to be successful because you got to go through some different stuff because you didn't come from that. And talking about real estate and stuff, these kids want to go into real estate, and your parents ain't even bought a house. Like you
Well,
you see what I'm saying? Like
hmm
you have no idea how to own and run like your own house. So let's start with that first before we get into these buying multiple properties. You don't even know how, like this dude, one of the teachers, he encourages people to get into real estate, and he
Oh
has all
yeah.
of these properties and they're making all this money off of these properties and stuff like that. And I'm like, that's cool, but where did you get your information? And then what did he say? He said, "Yeah, my parents had a bunch of properties, and while I was young, and they would have me go into different properties and clean up the properties for that." So you're getting a in depth,
Yeah.
first hand knowledge
First hand
of
knowledge.
the nuances and everything about home ownership, how to run them, who to call, what you see what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
You got all of this information, and you telling this kid that the parents been written all his life, his grandparents been written all of their life, and and you telling this student to go buy a duplex and manage a duplex and rent out the other side. Now the water heater goes out, and what do you got to do? And that is fine. That is I don't have no problem with that. I have no problem with somebody that never bought a house buying a duplex, whatever. I don't care. The point I'm getting at is that you still have to reach your fullest potential, and being successful takes focus, a lot of focus,
It
and
does.
especially if you come from a different disadvantaged background, you need a lot of focus on what you're doing. So when you have properties and stuff like that, you have to manage that. So that takes away from your focus. Like I had a kid from Gardner. He was like, "Yeah, I thought about buying a house, but it takes $40,000 to buy a house." But he had told me just previously before that he wanted to go to college, he wanted to go to the chiropractic school, and then he wanted to be a PhD. What better like which one do I need you to do more?
Oh, I'm doing the chiropractic PhD thing
Right.
because then I can be like, hey, I want to buy this house. PhD, give it to me.
Right, because 'cause he'll have the money to do this stuff,
Yeah,
but just wait. Just wait on it. Focus on these things and have an experience for the next, 5 to 7 years doing this PhD, journey. You'll only be 25, 30 years old. You know, he was 18.
yeah.
I'm like, "Y 7 years? Just do the 7 years."
But
You wanna speed this process up.
yeah, well, that's what society is, and that's what I'm starting to understand. Is society is a now universe. It's not a prepare and study. Not saying, not taking anything away to what you're saying, but that's just what we're living in right now is a now society to
Mhm.
where if you're not doing immediately what you want to do immediately, you are a failure. And that could be so far from the truth. The fact that you attempt to try is not failing. That's just something that you have to do. It's like, I guess, putting your toe in the water in the pool to see how cold it is or warm or whatever. But eventually, if you know how to swim, I'll say that. If you know how to swim, you'll eventually get in the pool and your body will adapt to that degree of pool water. The fact of the matter is that you have to take your chance and you have to take a chance on yourself because back in the day, you just had yourself. You had people that were ambitious that you could rely on or maybe um, piggyback on, but those days are slow, far, and beyond gone. You have to influence, you have to be your own influencer. You have to believe in what you're trying to do in order for somebody next to you to believe in what you're trying to produce. And it has to make sense. It can't, unfortunately, in this society, it can't be dumb because you'll just get pushed right on out. If it's dumb, if it doesn't make sense, if you did something that maybe you've seen before and you put your little tweak on it, that's what you do. That's what you run for, and that's how you achieve success. Success to me is first of all believing in yourself that you can achieve it. And then you apply the facts and then you do your evaluations and figure out what you can do and how you can do it, the best steps to get to where you want to get. And that's what this podcast is all about: is creating the steps not only for you to succeed, but creating the mantra that you are somebody that can succeed because of just what you're trying to do. And it may be new, it may be old, it may be something different that no one else has seen. Like, trends like these dance trends. I don't think that's going to get you any money, but nonetheless, it's something you can participate in. I don't participate in trends. Um,
And, to be honest, most of the things that you're going to create as a young person have already been done before. You're just making a innovation to it. Yeah.
and a little twist to it.
Yeah. Uber is not a new invention. It is a innovation of what we already had, was a taxi.
Yeah.
It added convenience, a lot of super convenience, right? So the the things that you're going to do and the person that you're gonna become has to it has to be a choice.
Mm-hmm.
and society doesn't want you to make a choice. They are taking away a lot of the funding for public schools. That's why I'm doing this podcast, because you need somebody that's going to be able to help you navigate through this whole process, because you can't just rely on the school system, and parents, you too. You can't rely on the school system to teach your kid everything that they need to know.
Mm-mm.
And I told this one guy, I was like, you're giving technically giving your power away, your power of influence away to the school. If your kid don't know how to change a tire, you need to teach them how to change a tire if they don't have a class already there. You sitting that back here and saying they need this, they need that. Just go teach your kid that, and your kid at least will have it.
Yeah.
And maybe you'll start a whole new program yourself that you can make money off of, just because you taught your kid and the rest of the neighborhood kids how to do. Maybe you're going to be a good person and be able to teach the people in your neighborhood. Now you got a community. Now
Yeah.
you're building community. Now you can ask for help, and you can give help to other people in your community. You don't have to be a you don't have we don't have to live in this silo, which the United States really wants us to live in this silo of doing everything ourselves. Yes, it's an individual process of success, but
It definitely is.
the individual process ultimately betters the whole. But if you choose not to go to class, or you choose to be late, you choose whatever the situation circumstances are, because I know a lot of people, they be talking about like, oh, they have this something this happened, and um they have a bad home life or whatever, and but we can't make it. The society don't let you make excuses out there in the real world.
They
Either you
absolutely
at
do
work
not.
or not. And this is crazy, is that there are jobs out there that, like I said, they want you to stay in those entry level positions. The mediocre jobs is what I call them, because
Mm.
they will, if you don't got transportation, they will order you a Uber, because even ordering you a Uber, a $20 Uber, and paying you a hourly salary or hourly pay, is
Mm.
still
Mm.
making them money.
Yeah, it's all in
It's
their budget.
yeah, it's still making them money, and that's a tax write-off too. So, they really don't care about you. You have to care about yourself more than anybody else, and ultimately, that's gonna help influence and, impact the people that you want to impact and the people that are around you, so, man, it's
Well, just to piggyback off of the whole parenting thing is that when you make a child, and then they get here, you are absolutely their first teacher. The people surrounding you are their teachers. The village that you have, if that even exists anymore, is basically, my first teacher, whatever the case may be. But you are the teacher. You are the ultimate influence in your child's life to help them develop to be your mini you. Because unfortunately, when you have kids, those are pieces of you. Those are fragments of you that you are leaving behind, that you created to keep your purpose going. Now, me and Mike, we don't have children right now, but who knows what happens in the future? Um, at least for Mike. Um, but this I've said this several times in different podcasts, that there's no grandmas and grandpas. There's no older guidance to influence the young and inject them with the things that they need to have in order to be successful, in order to go to school and be productive and impress teachers about how they know how to write, or how they know their
Mhm.
1, 2, 3s, or their ABCs, or whatever the curricular is, in order for them to be projected on a trajectory of how far they're going to go in life. Being a young person on this earth is traumatic in itself because the earth is changing on a daily basis. People are changing on a daily basis. The people that we have in charge are sometimes absent-minded about what the future is going to hold, but they're not concerned about the future. They're concerned about now, and that's what we don't need to happen. We can be concerned about now and how to make things a little bit better or tolerable, but the main objective is the future, and how can we make that a little bit easier, a little bit less bumpier in the road. And it's all about your surroundings, because as a baby coming in the world, you don't know nothing. This is all teaching you. I feel like as a kid that you just are taught up to a certain age, and then legally when you're 18 or you're out of school, it was like, all right, well, you're an adult. Whatever you picked up or whatever you learned, apply it. But you never stop learning. I'm still learning at this day and age, and I'm 44. So you can never stop learning, but you have to want to apply the new things or learn the new things in order to grow and go with your trajectory.
Yeah, because what I did, like I said I didn't want to read another book after my master's degree was completed. It took me 7 years after my master's degree to be or no about five 5 years after my master's degree to get back into reading books. And that's why people say, "Oh, he think he know what it, he's a know-it-all or whatever." Like I used to get that when I was younger, but now I actually knew it. I know I knew it all. I was aware. I was conscious and
Jokes
aware.
on you.
Because like when I'm reading these books, I'm like, I see that, I saw that, I just wasn't aware of it,
Yeah,
of
that's
what
a
I was seeing.
that's a
I knew that,
confirmation.
yeah, all of the books was confirmation, especially in mastery. When I developed the philosophy for individual achievement and everything. When I read the book Mastery, I was like, dang, this is exactly what I this is the formula. I read it, I was like, they're telling you how to master something, and you're gonna need to go in and master what it is that you wanna do. So, the things that it takes 10,000 hours to be really good at something, and that
10,000.
and I explain it this way: you are going to have to practice and do something for 10,000 hours before you're really good at something. You may be good just off of talent, but hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard. So even though you're talented, you still have to put work in. One of my exes, one the a good relationship that I had, um, she was like, "Yeah, I'm more naturally gifted at basketball, but I had to learn softball." Like, but now I'm really softball got me to, a
Oh
D1
yeah.
scholarship or
Oh
whatever
yeah.
shit, so, it's the stuff that you learn that's gonna take you further than your talent can take you. Another note, I was at my cousin's birthday party last night with the, in-house hibachi.
All the
It
way
wasn't
up.
in-house, it was outside, but, one of the people there was talking about their kids, or one of their kids that, is playing football at Missouri State or something like that,
Oh, nice.
and I knew you was gonna say that. He was like a quarterback, and he was going to enter the portal, and she was all excited about it, or not entering the portal, but about him being a football player, and all of the only thing that I could think about was like, what are you doing to be a professional outside of football? I hope you are not banking on the fact that you're going to go play football professionally. And I don't mind if you bank on them going to play football professionally,
Yeah.
that's fine, but also train to be something professionally at the same time because you're getting an opportunity. And this is that silo, that one track mind thinking that especially black people, we get in we get enthralled with the lottery ticket. Like I got a chance, and we're all happy that this one person is going off to play college sports or whatever, and I'm just like, dude, only 2% go pro. I mean, you can make money in other ways going overseas and stuff, but
Yeah,
there's millions of people playing basketball and coming out of school every single year. The
I,
odds of being a professional athlete and getting paid, you still have a shelf life. You only getting paid for a certain period of your time before
if
age
you're
catches up with you.
if you're good.
If you're good, right? But the likelihood of you being an accountant,
Oh,
that's
that's
almost 100%
yeah, that's
if you go to
guaranteed.
there's a guarantee in that.
There's
So,
no draft. There's no nothing. You
there's
just
no
hey,
nothing. I
you
mean,
qualify. Yeah, all right. Well,
let's
let's
see
do
if I
some.
fit. This,
Yeah,
you get to
let's
choose and
see if
not
I can
people
fit in this
choosing you.
firm to account.
Yeah. And you're gonna make a decent amount doing
Mm,
something that you possibly like. And then I had a student this is the difference between a career and a profession. Like
hmm
you go to school to have a business career. I went went to school for a business degree is what students tell us, and I'm like, no, you got to change that. You got to find a specific profession inside of the business to train for, because if especially if you're an athlete, you training to be a specific athlete. Basketball, football, hockey, whatever it is, you training to be a you training to be something specific, right?
Yeah.
Why don't you do that in school? Why don't you train in school? And there's different factors that come to play, especially with boys and young men.
Yeah.
There's some factors that are playing against you, but what I'm thinking about and doing in my speeches and stuff, I'm going directly. I'm like, hey, you got to make this a game for yourself. How do you play this game? How do you win that basketball game? How do you win that football game? You got to go and practice. What do you need to do in your regular life that you need to, to make you successful? You need to practice being a good person. You need to practice going after your goals. You need to practice in relationships, building mentorships, and all of these things. You need to practice your finances. You need to budget. You need to do this thing before. You need to do the work before. That is the work that's going to be able to put you in position for your success. And if you don't do that, then and you don't make it a game for yourself, like I'm about to make this content strategy stuff a game. Like I'm behind. You gotta look at yourself as an underdog. You gotta look at yourself as the ultimate underdog everywhere you go, especially if you black and a young male. Like they they not gonna just hand you $100,000 jobs like that.
Absolutely not.
I go to the gym with a whole bunch of dudes that they work in in uh insurance and doing different things. One dude, I don't know what they was doing, but it wasn't like a profession.
Mm,
You see what
okay.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
They like you went to school and we don't have professions, so we need to start getting clear on those professions and what the outcomes we want out of these opportunities that we get, because those opportunities are going out the door. They trying to make it for everybody, and we only 13% of the population, and then that only that a small percentage of that is going being college bound or trade school bound or whatever.
hmm
And even if you get into a trade, and they can still block you out from not getting a job if you're not good. You got to be good at this stuff. Like
You
you
do.
can't just go to school and think
You
that
can't
they
be
just
mediocre.
you can't be mediocre, and you got to be twice as good to get half of what they got, right? Ain't that what they say?
That is correct.
So, man, eh, just make the choice to be successful. And and that will guide you in the right. Am I being successful in this? Am I successful in this? Am I successful in this relationship? And what did or I didn't do an evaluation to hinder my own success, because you're the only person that you can control, and you're the only one making the choices. You're the only one that's going to eventually be making all of the choices. So be able to be okay with your choices and understand that, you're not going to have your parents making choices for you always. So
Mm-mm.
um and you're not gonna have a trusted adult until and say unless you come see us on the porch and my other content,
Yeah.
like I'm that one. Like people don't understand it. I try to explain it. I don't know how I understand all of this stuff, but I just made a whole bunch of connections. I saw a video of this billionaire, I guess. He was like, I read at least 50 books a year. That's a book a week
Yeah, that's not bad.
every year. It, and
That's commitment.
that's not commitment. That's him understanding that this is a valuable asset to me being a billionaire every year. You
Mm-hmm.
know, I mean, it is commitment, but he already understands that. So if success leaves clues, the entry level person is not reading is not reading a book after high school or college, right?
They on their phones.
But but a billionaire is reading 50 books a year, and even Warren Buffett and stuff, he's reading books a couple books a week. Bill Gates is reading books every week. Books every week.
Plural. It's
Like,
plural,
and you
everybody.
telling me that they running billion-dollar companies, trillion-dollar companies, and you telling me that they got more time than you?
No, they make more time than you.
Yeah, they make more time than you, and, unfortunately, like, you gotta add all of this stuff in there. I had a student, man, I keep on telling you, man, this is something little. This is something little, right? Uh, I was like, You didn't read your," because 'cause we're going on a field trip. One of the organizations is taking the students to David Buster's, right? I sent them all emails to pick up their permission slip, because you need a permission slip to go.
Mm-hmm.
One of the students came in, and that was all happy, and because we had a celebration for the seniors on Friday, right? He
Oh,
came
I
in,
like it.
he was like, "Yeah, I'm going to David Buster's on Monday." I was like, "No, you're not. Why? Why not?" I clicked yes on the because I put in the subject line of the email,
Mm-hmm.
please click yes so you can get reminders, right? But in the email, I typed out something, and it was like, "Come pick up your your permission slip." With Mr. Brown was the first email, because I wasn't gonna be there on that Wednesday, and then the next day I was like, uh, uh, "Please click yes for uh, reminders," and then in the email, the actual email, I said, is, "Your permission slips are in the success center. They need to be in by Friday, right?" And this was all Wednesday, Thursday, and then Friday comes. We had a senior thing, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I'm going to Dave and Buster's with you guys on Monday." I was like, "No, you're not." He was like, "Why am I not?" I was like, "Because you didn't read your email." "I did read my email." "No, you read the subject line and you clicked yes on the on the thing. You didn't actually click on the email,
Ah,
because I told you what you needed to do in the email." I was like, "You don't have a permission slip, so you're not going." He was like, "Oh, well, I need a permission slip." I was like, "No, you need to read your email."
nope.
You feel me? Like
I
that's
do.
something little, but he don't believe that it's valuable, because he's a great worker at the Go Car Wash, because he gets commissioned on how many memberships he sells and stuff like
Oh,
that.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
this is just a poor mindset, right? Like, this is just a poor person's mindset. Like, I mean, I'm telling you, as a professional, or in a professional role, like, this matters. But
Yeah.
he started coming up with the hypotheticals. The hypotheticals, like you. I was like I was like Tony, 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 you have there's an excuse for everything. He's like, I'm not making excuses. This is stuff that could happen. I'm like, whatever.
No.
There's a whole bunch of things that can happen. Like, but you have just a endless thing they may not be an excuse. And I was like, every excuse is almost always valid at some point. Like you have to take into account that's how these kids be getting around all of these rules and stuff because they have a valid excuse that we can't either confirm or deny. Really, we in that
Mm,
gray area.
mm.
So we sitting up there like, all right, I mean, I guess you do got to go to the bathroom or something. You know what I mean? Like, you got to leave the room. They just make excuses to do whatever, and we in this gray area. They leave us in this gray area with that excuse, so we can't neither confirm or deny that this is a correct.
Yeah, that's
Like
bad. That's bad cause and effect.
exactly. So yeah, you got an excuse for everything, but Tony, I've been telling you for 2 years that you need to read emails. "Oh, well, I'm like, "Dude, I've been telling you for 2 years.
For two
You
two
still talking
years?
back to me."
Jeez.
He's still being combative. I'm like, "Dude, I'm just trying to tell you for your future, not just because I want you to I just need you to read." It was 2 sentences in the email. He made the excuse that he came home, at 10 o'clock from work, and he didn't have, he was sleepy or something. I was like, "I don't care about your sleepiness. Read the email."
If you and this definitely applies to me because I deal with this all the time. Fine print is fine print for a reason. It is designed for you to see it, but if you do not read it, I'm going to be the person to let you know what it actually says. And I'm probably not going to say it in a combative way. I'm going to try and say it in a very nice way, but in the end, the answer is no because you didn't read. And that's a problem I'm having dealing with the public is that there are older people that act like they can't read or it's beyond them or above them or below them. I don't know, but the rules apply to everyone. And if you're going to be a part of something, then you're going to have to adhere to those rules because there will not be exceptions. I could care less what your story is because I just met you. I don't need to know that
You're
story.
right. It's an excuse,
I
and every
want you
excuse
to
is valid.
I want you to understand why I can't do it and then I want you to read it. So it's also verbal and physical. You read it, you hear it, accept it, goodbye.
Alright, we need to end this because we done went on for a long, long time. Uh,
We had an important subject.
yeah, make the and one of the things that one of the secretaries when she's making announcements in the morning, make good choices. But what if you don't know what good choices are? So that's why I'm here. Like, even last night, uh, actual dentist, one of my cousin's friends, she was like, "Yeah, I tried to talk to one of my employees and like, there's a disconnect between her and because she's trying to, tell her some of the things that she needs to do, or they
Oh,
were, try. I was like, That's where you need me. I can be that medium for, hey, you want to get to the next level, and ultimately, you becoming a great person is going to impact what you do, where you're at. You know what I mean? And
hmm
people gonna see you differently. You're gonna carry yourself in a different way, just making the choice to understand that you have some limitations, right?
hmm
If you never owned a home, if your parents never owned a home, like these are some limitations that you have. You have to back up and figure out the nuances, but you have to choose to go back through that. We trying to skip these steps and we trying to forget about these steps
you
and
can't.
just go to straight to the top. And I'm like,
You can't.
you can't. It because it's it's too vital. The information in those steps are too vital for your continued success. It's not gonna last long unless you're able to really evaluate on the go like that. But I ain't seen one student that I was just like, all right. I seen a couple students that I was like, yeah, like you're gonna be all right, cause I see you doing it. I see it taking shape right now.
Oh, okay,
You know
yeah.
what I mean? Um, and they'll be successful at whatever they do. Not to say that you still need work. You still need to do what you still need to grow and you need to
Yeah.
get better.
Work is not over.
The work is not over. Even if you are a good student, even if you are a good college uh 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 athlete, even if you are a good professional, you still need constant work. Like you need to get better and better and better, because getting better is going to lead to more opportunities and ultimately lead to freedom. Because I want everybody to be free and free to do what they want to do. The Matrix does not want people to be free. The Matrix wants to wants people to just work. They want it. Yeah, get in here and get here when I'm good. I'm
Come here and
good.
have a seat.
Yeah, I'm good. That's what my students be saying. I'm good making $19 an hour. Or this one dude was like, "Oh, yeah, I didn't want to go to this job because they were trying to only pay me $17 an hour." And I'm like, "Ah, shoot."
17 is better than nothing.
Yeah, but he was like, "They pay me 21 over here."
Oh, okay. Well, level up.
I'm taking you all the way to Belton. How you get a job over here because they paying me 21 instead and not 17. I was like, you go to work by your house. There's a whole bunch of factories and stuff there that
They're building them up like hotcakes.
right.
All this dead land, surplus.
Yeah, factory. They got a new factory going up. And what's interesting, every time I leave work, and this is my last thought, every time I leave work, I go past the elementary school, and then I go past the golf course.
Hmm.
3 o'clock every afternoon on a nice day, young dudes is playing, younger than us is playing golf. Then I go down a little bit further. There's the whole acres of factories. And who be walking to them factories? It be us.
Mm-hmm.
It be us. And I'm like, you don't have to. I want you to be on the golf course at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, not in a warehouse shipping packages and stuff, and making trucks and cars and stuff so that people that are on the golf course can buy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want you working.
Prepackaged
I
things.
don't want you working in the golf course.
I
You know
definitely
what I
don't want to
mean?
work in a golf course.
I don't want you to do none of that. I want you to do what you want to do, and if you choose to do that, that's cool. But I think that you have an opportunity as a young person right now to be able to dictate and choose what your future looks like no matter what is going on. You don't have no control of what's going on in this country. You don't have no control of what's going on in politics. Um, you can vote. I encourage you to participate and do all of those things, but your
Definitely.
main purpose is to be successful. And if we don't get that right now, then then you're gonna be coming back and looking at the shoulda, woulda, couldas, because the economy's gonna go up and down, the administration's gonna go up and down. We're gonna have wars and all of this stuff all the time. But in that time period when you just said, "Oh, the world, we're about to have World War III," 10 years done gone by, right?
Yeah.
So so you have to be doing something. You can't just take a sideline and try to fight these battles that have been going on for years. Just
Yeah.
you got to participate and you got to be the change that we need to see in this world, because you're young, you see it, and if you just stay at those mediocre jobs, those entry level jobs, we not gonna ever, and if you don't reach your fullest potential, we're not gonna ever see the change that you want to make. You can't just be arguing and rioting and marching, and we already done all of that. The only
Mm-mm.
way to change it is to be successful in whatever field that it and professions that it is that you want to do. And then those people get automatically pushed out, right? That's
Oh
why
yeah.
they're pulling back all of these helpful things that help people become successful. They're pulling back all of that. They're like, oh, we don't want those people to be successful.
Yeah. They
They
also
didn't want us to read. They didn't want us to read. And now we're choosing not to read. You can't read.
well, that's just
You see what I'm saying? So, and that's
it's
all I got for
unfortunate,
today.
and as you probably know if you've been paying attention, then you know that they're working on us not being able to vote.
Vote and stuff. Yeah.
So we want to put that
Or
out there.
not being able to vote, but it's
It's
uh
restrictions,
yeah, it's restriction. They just
and
want us to vote in one specific area, our area, so we don't have more power across the whole states and stuff like that. They want to uh
they want to,
restructure
yeah,
the lines and stuff. They
yeah,
want to do something like redlining, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
territories and things of that
Yeah,
nature.
adjusting the territory map.
But on that end, I want you to obviously always be committed to excellence and be all the way up. Be the best person that you can be because that's what we strive for. If you get anything from this podcast, please know that we want you to be the best person that you can be so that you can serve the world the best way that you can be and be accountable and, make differences that not only do you feel may be slightly implied, but you could be helping somebody else that doesn't have a voice or doesn't believe in their voice. That's what this podcast is all about, is believing in you, making the deals that you need to make, believing in yourself, and striving to be the very, very best that you can be in the world.
Yeah. Music.